how I save thousands of dollars a year by negotiating. I remember the first time I ever tried negotiating at a department store to save money. I was at Lowe's shopping for a new washing machine, and I'd read online that Lowe's will actually negotiate. At the time, I didn't know any real stores actually negotiated. I thought negotiation was saved for the back alleys of Craigslist and garage sales. I'd spotted the washing machine that I wanted online, but I was nervous about going into the store and trying to negotiate. I didn't want to look like an idiot. So I went in anyways. I went and found the washing machine that I wanted, and then the rep walked up and asked if I had any questions. To which I said, I like this washer, but could you do $425? He immediately responded with, yep. And that was it, we were done. Now the washer was only listed for $425, so it's not like I was getting a screaming deal, but that 10 seconds of me being uncomfortable saved me 25 bucks. Since then, I've negotiated all kinds of deals. Appliances, dryers, washing machines, all new kitchen appliances, furniture, my salary, my wife's engagement ring, got a killer deal, don't tell her that. Yard services. You can literally negotiate anything and save small or big money. Now let me go over a couple quick things that I've actually said and done to negotiate a deal to give you some ideas. My favorite thing right out the gate is to ask for the price that you want. Make sure you've done your research, you know what a good deal is versus not a good deal. A couple months ago, I was calling dealerships for a friend of mine who had told me that they wanted a specific truck, and I was calling to negotiate deals for them. So I called up a dealership on a truck that was listed for $34,500, and I said, hey, can you do it for $33 if we come by and get it today? Immediately I heard the sales rep's voice perk up, and they're like,
33 and you'll come get it today?
Immediately I knew I left money on the table. I didn't research, I just looked at the price and said, oh, we can get it a little bit cheaper than that, and so I just blew out a number. So instead of leaving money on the table, I tried to walk it back and say, you know, maybe I spoke too soon. 33 doesn't look like such a hot deal, but I was stuck. The lowest they could possibly go was 33, probably because they knew I was already willing to pay that. But back to the point, do your research, ask for the price that you want. What's most likely going to happen is they're going to come back with some price in the middle. It's when they do that, do you respond with, is that as low as you can go? And then shut up. Stop talking. Don't say anything. 10 seconds, 20 seconds, let the uncomfortable silence marinate the moment. They might quickly sidestep on how great the product is and how you're getting such a great deal and maybe the warranty or this, that, and the other thing. Just be silent. If needed, too much time goes by, ask again, is that as low as you can go? Sometimes a little bit of silence is what's needed to get the deal that you want. Second thing you can do, and probably the most important thing, jackhammer the like button. Like, subscribe to the video if you like content like this. Plus, every like helps me bump up in the YouTube algorithm, and I really need it. If they're really insisting, yeah, this is the absolute lowest I can go, one thing I like to ask is, well, how much did you get it for? I did this with my wife's engagement ring. I did this with an SUV we bought a couple months ago. I do it with major appliances at large department stores. All of them had the original invoice, and they told me straight up. Now, I understand they're running a business, they have to make money. All I'm doing is challenging how much money do they have to make on me. Once I know the price that they got it for, we can have a lot more reasonable and honest discussion about what's reasonable. For example, with my wife's engagement ring, I just asked what's the typical markup on a diamond in a retail storefront. My jeweler said nobody sells it for less than 20% of what they got it for. Usually they're aiming for 40, 50% markup. I said, great, let's go 10% markup and I'll pay in cash. She still took it because 10% is better than no deal, and now it's our favorite place in town. We're shopping for new kitchen appliances a couple years ago, and I asked the manager of the appliance section, hey, what did you get this set for? He told me straight up the typical markup is 16% on the manufacturer's invoice from the store. So I know 16% off of the total price, that's what their markup is. So I know where my zone is to negotiate. Again, they still have to make money, they just don't have to make as much off of me. I think the total was like $2,800. I negotiated $300 off, and then when the refrigerator showed up with a scratch on it, I went back and I said, hey, let's have an honest conversation. How much is it gonna cost you to send a crew out, bring a new fridge, bring the old fridge back and now sell it with the scratch on it. I ended up getting the fridge at half price. So what was originally gonna be $2,800 worth of appliances, that's a fridge, an oven, and a dishwasher, I ended up leaving out the door, taxes and everything, for under $2,000. The key thing to remember in all of your negotiations is just realize that they're there to make money too. Be fair, be reasonable, understand where their margins are at, and then meet them in the middle. If they're marking it up 20%, say you'll pay 10. Last thing, and really the most important thing, is it always pays to be nice. Be respectful. Don't be an a-hole. If you can't come to a deal, then you can't come to a deal. I remember the names of every salesperson I've worked with, and in most cases, I've been back to do business with them again. Except for the guy who sold me a car. I don't like that guy. Now keep in mind, this is kind of the highlight reel of great deals that I've gotten. I'm obviously not going over all of the times that I tried and failed. You're gonna try to negotiate sometimes. Somebody may be unwilling. They may legitimately not have any room. That's fine. Walk out, leave. There have been plenty of times where the deal didn't work, where I walked out shamed and defeated, only to one day rise again. If you don't make a deal today, try somewhere else tomorrow.